Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another lovely episode of And Rollin'.
Yay!
Yay! We have a special guest.
We do. We do.
We have. Do you want to introduce yourself, Dooley?
I'm Dooley.
There you go.
Woo!
Better known as Maddie's grandpa.
I'm Maddie's grandpa.
There you go. And we saw a movie today.
We did.
What movie did we see?
So we saw Secondhand Lions.
Yes.
Classic
movie. So I've seen it many times, especially when I was younger. It's actually been a long time since I've seen this movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time either.
Yeah.
I was introduced to it by a different family member, Aunt Carol. Second shout out to Aunt Carol on the podcast.
Which is crazy.
But this was Papa's first time seeing it.
Yes, it was.
I don't know how we missed this movie.
I don't either. Well, I didn't see a lot of movies back in 2003.
2003, you were
Not a hot movie year for you?
You were busy.
I was busy doing things.
Don't ask what.
Yeah.
We'll be here a while.
But yeah, do you want to tell us what this movie's about, babe?
Sure thing.
Go for
Young
it.
Haley Joel Osment.
What movie is he not young in, though? That's the real question.
Yeah, but I like to call him young. It just
Yeah.
feels like a good descriptor for him.
Yeah.
Have you seen him now?
No.
Oh, okay. I have to pull up a picture of what he looks like now, and we'll compare it to who they hired for his
I'll
adult
pull it up.
scenes. But so his mom drops him off at her two uncles who have been missing for 40 years and have come back to Texas and are apparently in possession of a very large fortune. And his mom is just kind of a flitty person, and so she drops him off, and he spends the summer there learning about his two uncles and how to be a man and a good person.
Essentially.
Yeah. Why are you giving me that look?
No, I mean that's the movie.
And they get a lion, and he adopts the lion, names her Jasmine. When his mom comes back into town with a sleazy guy who tries to steal the fortune, the lion mauls the guy and saves young Haley Joel Osment.
Yes,
and dies, unfortunately.
The lion dies.
The lion.
The lion dies, not the guy. Which is also a key part in the movie where they don't know who's dead.
So the lion dies. The mom tries to take Walter back with her and lies to her uncles saying that the guy isn't going to be around. But when Walter realizes that his mom has lied yet again, he makes a deal and he gets to go and live with the uncles, and he has conditions this time. They need to take care of themselves. They need to eat more vegetables, less meat. They can't.
You haven't told him yet that the mother is played by Kyra Sedgwick.
That's true. The mother is the closer.
Yeah.
What is the closer, the character?
In the TV show that she stars in, yes. She's the closer. And then she's also married to Kevin Bacon.
Oh, well, there you go. That's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon right there.
But she fits into this plot very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really good at playing kind of a flaky mom and floozy character.
Is she?
Wouldn't you say? I think so.
Well, yeah, flaky mom for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, real.
I mean, her uncles, who granted have not seen her maybe ever. I don't think she's 40.
I don't.
They say, "Did you order a hooker?" when they see her first. So I mean, I think she's hitting the floozy note.
That's true.
I didn't hear him say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When they're down trying to shoot fish in the lake, and she's like, "You." And so many years pass. Walter becomes a youngish man, probably in his early 30s, and he gets a phone call from the sheriff that his uncles have passed. They were flying an old airplane, like a Wright Brothers type airplane, and they tried to...
It's not that old. It's World War I
to me,
era.
Okay. That's not that far off from the Wright Brothers,
well,
I'll have you know.
It's closer to the Wright Brothers in World War II, so, you know.
So watch yourself. But they tried to fly upside down through a barn. Neither of them had pilot's license. So they went out with a bang.
Yep.
And what you learn as over the summer that Walter is with them is that they were in Africa. They were with the French Foreign Legion.
They got shanghaied.
My assumption is that they were fighting alongside Rick O'Connell from The Mummy. but
Yeah.
that's a story for a different day.
Mm-hmm.
Another movie that you need to see, The Mummy.
Yeah, that movie is from the 90s. This we lied to you partially on this one. We
thought it was from 96, but no, it's 2003. Anyway, you find out that Uncle Hub fell in love with a princess named Jasmine who was engaged to a sheik, and when the sheik found out, they became mortal enemies, and there's a bunch of like this and that happens and fighting, and that's how they get their fortune. So at the very end of the movie, the sheik's great grandson comes and says, "Oh, my grandpa," or I guess just grandson comes and says, "Oh, my grandpa told me stories about these men, and I saw them on the news. I had to come see that all of it was true."
Yeah.
Have you said yet who plays Uncle Hub?
No.
Well, I can't come up with a name.
Robert Duvall.
Well, yeah, and he plays such strange characters that it just fits in. But what sets you up is that you see all these fantastic stories, and with a sheik involved, and it's almost unbelievable. And then he tells the boy, it doesn't have to be true to believe it. You can believe something. It's important to believe it, whether or not it's true. And that kind of sets you up for, well, maybe this wasn't all true.
Right, right.
And then at the end,
Yeah.
this young boy appears, and he's the grandson of the sheik. And you find it was true.
And because the other part of that too is the boyfriend of the mom is saying that the uncles had stolen their fortune, and so the boy Walter doesn't know what to think. Did they steal it? Did they not? And at the very end, the sheik's grandson looks out and sees their field with a yacht, like a luxury yacht, just sitting in this pond, and goes, "It seems like they knew how to spend my grandfather's money." So you find out that part was true too. The money did come from the sheik.
Yeah, and it seems like the sheik doesn't really, well, like when the grandson of the sheik, when he shows up, it seems like he doesn't believe it, and then when he hears the names, he's like, I can't believe all of that was true. Like, it really blows his mind.
It's a great little story, just neatly.
The money was what was set up to pay, what was it?
A ransom.
A
It was
ransom.
the ransom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There would have been
The sheik wanted to get rid of this guy, of this one.
the Robert Duvall character, Hub.
Yeah. When he was younger.
The other brother tricked him somehow, and he got the money.
Yeah. The other brother, they realized that the sheik was going to stop at nothing, so they had the other brother come back and pretend to be a bounty hunter and turn his brother in, and so they got the reward, and they got an opportunity to basically best the sheik. And Hup says, like, if you ever come for me again, like, I've let you live twice now, the third time I won't.
Yeah.
And they speculate on why he let him live, and they're like, well, it could be that he's just that honorable, but it could also be that they found oil in his country and he became one of the 5 richest men in the world and just didn't have time anymore for their games.
Yeah. He just rolls across a bunch of oil.
But it gives a reason to understand how they might have had the money and it wasn't stolen.
Yeah. No, they definitely. Yeah, it's definitely all true, and like there's kind of like a mystery this whole time, and like really, if you're Haley Joel Osment, like if you're the kid, I mean, like you see, so he comes across a trunk of
like a travel trunk.
Yeah, a travel trunk with a whole bunch of different like stickers and stuff on it, and then he's saying, like, he sees the picture of Jasmine. So I think that he thinks there's a level of truth to all of this. And
at least when he's a kid, but then it's like, you know, that could be a picture of someone, but is that really a princess? Was there a sheik? Is that how they got their money? You know, like, all of those seem to be questions later on that he is surprised to find out are true.
And I think the thing that really... He's in a position, like his mom even says, it's like, oh, you're a doubting Thomas, like you never believe anything. And that's because in his whole life he's being lied to. And then the only people who are honest to him are his uncles, but it's almost so unimaginable that he can't believe it. So he's like, he doesn't know what to think the whole time. He's really confused. And then, I mean, I think that the big thing is the speech that the uncle gives, and he's like, I just need you guys to be my uncles right now, you know, because I think that there's a level of separation up until that moment where it's like, these are just like two weird old men who I don't know who they are. They're very strange. And now they're actually my only guiding light in this world. And like, they are actually helping me a lot, because you see other members of their family who they don't like, and they're constantly trying to get their money, you know, trying to undermine them and act really weird and like modify their will and just use them. Really.
So the only real crook in the movie is the mother's boyfriend at the end.
Yeah.
And he's from Vegas, and he wants that money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's all...
And the lion takes care of him. and has him wrapped up like a mummy because he's so...
Well, that's the funniest part of the movie is when they keep... My favorite part of the movie is when he's giving him his speech and he knuckles his nose and he's like freaking out and he can't do anything because he's in a cast.
He's not just giving him his speech. He's reciting what that guy said to Walter when he was beating him up. He said, we can either be friends or we can be enemies. And he twinges his nose, which is like the only part of his body that you can see out of all those bandages.
Yeah.
But you had said that you really liked the house. What was it about it that you really liked? Well, it has character.
Well, I can't even think of all the terms. I was an architectural docent, and it's an old house out in the country, and it reminds you a little of some of the houses in It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or the house.
Oh, Psycho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That old house.
I do see the Psycho house.
Picturesque old houses. It was a picturesque old house with all kinds of refinements in the windows and everything.
Yeah, Psycho's the old house.
Psycho's the motel.
No, but there's that house in Psycho where his mother lives, and she looks out.
Okay, that's
right.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking of those as examples of
those like Widow's Peak tower.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah, and how there's always something. So he learns, like, his uncle sleepwalks and like relives his youth, and then the uncle also talks about how he can't sleep well at night and he has a new mattress. But he's sitting there.
He doesn't. The mattress isn't restful, but he's out sleepwalking all night.
Exactly. And so but there's like the mysterious, like he's looking down, like Haley Joel Osment actually kind of knows everything that's going on because of his room. Like, he can hear when people come in and out, see things that other people can't see. He has a little
balcony, which it helps.
Yeah, and he's basically he has an understanding of the layout compared to everyone else.
And you don't see much inside the house. Like, it is a big house, except for his room and kind of the kitchen.
I was kind of like, wow, we really didn't see any of this house at all. Yeah. Like, it's just kind of there. It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also were noticing the cars. Lots of cars in this one.
A lot of Chevys, General Motors, but there were some others too. And there's one truck that I forever could quite see enough of it to figure out what it was.
I thought you said at one point it was a Chevy truck. It was an old Chevy truck.
Was that the one in the yard, though? There was one.
It was the red one, right?
Yeah. All the trucks were red in those years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that doesn't really help, does it?
Yeah, my childhood, all the years, trucks were red. But yeah. The cars are, for me, because I'm into old cars, the cars are worth the trip almost.
And there are a lot of them because they show a lot of traveling salesmen coming and
most of them came in cars that were like the 60 Cadillacs with the tail fins. Yeah. There were a lot of tail fins in the cars. And the one that the mother came in at the end with the boyfriend, there were a lot of tail fins.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things I wouldn't notice if we hadn't watched with you. But then it got me thinking, like, oh, wow, they must have, like, they wanted each salesman to have an individual car. They weren't just kind of, like, using the same car every two scenes or something.
Yeah.
And they were waiting for salesmen.
I think that's the best part, is them
and the
just
salesmen
waiting.
were dispatched very, very abruptly.
You were saying earlier, Dooley, that you felt really bad for the kid early on in the movie. Or he's just dumped off by his mom.
Of course, the mother wasn't very comforting.
Yeah.
Well, and then you find out that she's told him that she's going to court reporting school, and he calls after like the rest of their family shows up and is trying to tell the uncles to take him to the orphanage. And he runs to find a telephone and is trying to get a hold of his mom, and the school clerk is like, there's no one here by that name, and he has so many names for her. Like potential aliases and whatnot. It just paints a picture with very little,
Well, yeah, and just it's interesting how, because then that's when the uncles kind of realize that they get into it for selfish reasons. They're like, maybe we can use this kid because he scares away all the relatives.
Would they say that?
They're like, this kid could maybe be useful for us because we just don't want to deal with anyone. Like, we're retired now. Like, this is easy.
Yeah, he scares them away.
Another bit I like is when they find him again after he's run away.
Yeah.
And they're like, where are you going to go? And he's like, I'm thinking about Montana. And they're like, well, we know you have your heart set on Montana.
Yeah.
But you need a better map.
Yeah.
And I like when Hup's like, seems like he's all good.
Yeah.
North is that way.
Well, I think that the uncles, it's interesting because when I was young, when I watched this as a kid, it seemed like the uncles were like the same almost, like just weird old men. But now
they're very distinct.
Yeah, as I'm older, it's like Hub is like the fighter and like he can figure it out, the independent guy, and Garth is like, well, maybe he needs some help. And I think that's interesting because Garth is the younger brother who was looked out for by Hub. So I think that he's kind of looking to Hub saying, well, hold on, you took care of me. Let's take care of this kid, like, in the same way. Like, you actually...
Well, I also think that something I never fully picked up on as a kid is just how suicidal Hub is.
Yeah. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, he's just like, look, he's trying to take himself out.
Yeah.
There's another thing in there from the point of view of the kid that I felt for him is that they're telling him right from the beginning, his mother's telling him that these uncles have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we'd like you to find out where it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everybody wants that money, and he's kind of on the spot. And then when he finds out where it is, then he's really on the spot. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't give it up to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think that? Why do you think he doesn't give it up?
Well, I think he was pretty loyal to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that the only people who showed loyalty to him, too. Like, his mom dumps him off at the beginning of the movie. Like, the mom's barely in this movie, and she just dumps him off, her own kid. And meanwhile, these people take him in. And
well, if the story was believable, which is the whole thing, saying, well, you don't have to believe, but then it becomes believable, then there's an explanation for the money. So it wasn't they weren't robbers.
Right.
They didn't take it because that's one of the guys is telling him, well, this money belonged to somebody else. They took it from, they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, and he chooses to believe even before that the whole Africa story is real.
Yeah.
I think, like, for him it wasn't about the money. That's the whole thing.
No, it was never about the money.
That's the whole point of, like, the money was actually kind of irrelevant
for
him.
But they tried to put him on the spot.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And the uncles live such boring lives. Like, they don't have a phone, they don't have a TV, they have nothing. So it's when the kid comes around, and
they invented off the grid.
They did invent off the grid. They literally don't have anything. They don't have anything. And when the kid comes around and the salesmen show up, the kid's like, well, let's hear him out. The kid says, let's hear him out. Let's see what's going on.
He changed their life for the better.
Yeah, he did.
They suddenly were like, oh, there's things I could spend my money on.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's interesting. Like, like, that's cool. And so...
When you think of the imagination that a kid has and the stories that they're telling, if there's any chance those stories could be true, they're fantastic stories.
Well, he had the photo of Jasmine up in his room.
Well, and I think that, it's... Because I don't know if you noticed this at the end, Dooley, but he, as an... as an adult, he's a cartoonist. Like, he makes comic books.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, he's a character in his own comic book, and he lives out on the ranch, and he like has a pet lion who
He makes it about him. Yeah.
Yeah, and they go on like adventures together and stuff. So it's like he makes like a kid's comic book from all of his stories growing up and everything. And the thing that's crazy is that there's probably some folks who think that that's crazy.
You guys are gonna hear
You're gonna hear some footsteps.
Our
I'm
Lady
sorry.
walking around.
Are they the lion?
Yeah, it's the lion.
It's the lion.
It's Jasmine.
Yeah.
I will say,
Yeah.
this is the first time I've watched this movie since having watched Tiger King, and that
was interesting.
It was interesting. So back at the beginning of the pandemic, this TV show came out called Tiger King, and it was about this guy named Joe Exotic, who has a tiger ranch in like Arkansas or Florida.
It's in Oklahoma.
Whatever.
It's in Oklahoma.
And there's all this drama with these other tiger ranch people and rescue. Like, there's a woman named Carol Baskin who was trying to rescue all of the tigers that Joe Exotic had, because he would like let people go and like touch the tigers, and like people had gotten hurt. Some of his staff had been mauled.
Yeah,
And so then
a building burned down, stuff like that.
This whole show came out because he tried to hire a hitman to kill Carol Baskin, and it obviously didn't work out for him, and now he's in prison. But it's this whole TV show about like the secret underbelly of exotic, especially big cats in the U.S. Yeah, and it is real.
Yeah.
But this guy, we should show you a photo of Joe Exotic.
Now, are you encouraging people to see this movie?
That's up to you.
Well, what they don't realize is that I may have the only copy.
Except for the one in our storage unit.
Yeah, that's true. You might have the only copy, because we were talking about this where...
I was given the copy today.
That's Joe Exotic.
Yeah, and that guy hired a hitman to try and kill a woman down in Florida who rescues big cats. So there you go.
And crazy enough, then there was a whole thing about her ex-husband, or her deceased husband, who had disappeared 30 years ago, and a lot of people believed that she fed her ex-husband or her former husband to the big cats. But he had been going down to South America, and he was a private pilot, and it turns out like he resurfaced after this documentary, and he's like, no, I did just run away from my life, and I've moved down to South America. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he resurfaced.
What?
Yeah.
I was going to say that would have been one even Hitchcock didn't think of, getting rid of somebody.
He covered the birds.
Yeah.
He was working his way up to the big cat.
Yeah. I had no idea that actually came out. That's crazy.
I mean, I'll fact check, but I'm pretty
No,
sure
I believe
did.
you. I believe you. That's crazy. Yeah. But the what am I thinking?
I don't know.
Oh, there was something I wanted to say about...
Well, the DVD.
Oh, the DVD. Well, we were talking about this at the end where, Dooley, you said, you were like, was this released in theaters? And all of us were like, I think so, but everyone I've ever known who's seen this movie has only seen it at home on DVD. You can't find this on streaming. You can't find it anywhere. And it's got like big names in it. You have Robert Duvall, Michael Caine, and it's like not a bad movie at all. It's actually really good. And so it's just...
I'm going to check the library just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just to see if they have it.
I think the library does have it. I thought about doing that, but I know you like to watch movies over and over again. And so we were like, we'll just look for the copy.
Dooley watches...
He's a prolific rewatcher.
Dooley is the reason the rewatch exists. Dooley has seen... How many times have you seen Green Book, Dooley?
Haley thinks I've seen it 10 times. I think...
Just 10?
That's conservative.
Just 10?
I think you've told me about 10 times you've watched it in 1 month.
I've seen it twice in the last 2 days.
What?
Well, that's not Green Book.
That's
though.
not Green Book.
You're talking about...
No, I thought you said Green.
No.
Oh, you said Green Book.
Green Book. How many times have you seen Green Book?
I've watched that a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
The one you've watched twice in the last 2 days.
But right now
is
I'm on
Denial.
Grievance. Denial, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had a phase where it was Wicked Little Letters.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they took that off Netflix.
Oh, did they?
Dang.
Oh, well, there you
But the
go.
guy from Wicked Little Letters is a weird character in Denial. So
There you go.
got to see him again.
There you go. Nice. Good.
He's a weird character in almost everything he's in. Just putting that out there. It's the same guy who plays Peter Pettigrew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy's weird.
He's
That's
a
a weird
He's
guy.
a weird little man.
That is a weird man. What'd you think about the speech that he gives? The speech that he gives the kid.
I liked it.
Yeah.
At first, in the day and age of like, I don't believe in science. I don't like what I think is more important than what experts are telling me.
I think that speech sets you up for the end, though.
Yeah. No, it definitely sets you up for the end.
What?
But
Well, it makes you think that this doesn't have to be true.
yeah.
And then when they come in and they say, my grandfather was a sheik, and all of a sudden it's believable again.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, like the part that really like he finally got to was it's not about just believing what you want to be true, but it's believing in ideals.
Yeah.
And even if those ideals aren't always met, like continuing to believe that that's the way the world works, it's essentially like just have a good outlook.
It was the best speech I've ever heard Duvall give.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I was gonna say, did you like his performance? You seemed
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Good.
I liked Michael Caine's performance. His accent
Well,
is
they're both
crazy.
good.
I did not realize, because, like, I mean, to be fair, I don't think I've seen Michael Caine a lot, but everything else that I've seen Michael Caine in has been British.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had no idea growing up that it was Michael Caine. And then I think that it had been so long since I've seen this movie and then
You like
saw
only
Michael
just
Caine.
realized.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, like, that's the same guy. Like, that's the same guy, and he does an American accent, or a Texan accent.
Pretty well.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's slow, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's good.
I liked Haley Joel Osment's performance.
It's so funny because he's clearly going through puberty, because sometimes his voice is really high, and then other times it's really low.
He very much gives the puberty away in his voice.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I think it's good for the character, actually.
I agree. I think that it shows like a coming of age story. Yeah, in a good way. Yeah. And I think that, so this is, Dooley, we saw a movie called The Sheep Detectives.
Oh.
Okay?
Don't
That's a dud.
bother.
Don't see The Sheep Detectives, but The Sheep
Don't
Detectives.
bother. Crack myself up.
But The Sheep Detectives is about a group of sheep who forget everything, but then they realize, and their shepherd dies, and then they realize at the end of the movie that maybe they should remember people, because that's how you remember people. And that's the movie. Pretty much. And everyone's talking about The Sheep Detectives like it's on the, like, just the greatest movie ever. It's so emotional. People are crying at this movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, people are like, Dooley, we walked out of the theater and they were doing like surveys.
Is it out now?
It is, yeah. And they were like doing surveys being like, what did you think of this movie? And there were people that were like, I cried 5 times.
And I was like, how?
How are you crying 5 times during this movie? And I don't understand it. But we mentioned that I was like, well, this movie's better. And I think that this movie talks about, I think that Hub is an interesting example of, you know, he remembers Jasmine, but he takes away from that he's like, I will just fight for what I think is right, you know, and that's what he does. Because you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, like his story is so crazy. Like, how does she go? How does she die? And then you find out that she just dies during childbirth, which is in a lot of ways just so it's even sadder than her going out in a blaze of glory or whatever, you know? Because everyone talks about how it's good when you die with your boots on, and she doesn't get to do that, and he's just incredibly depressed from that.
Well, until he tells that story, we're not sure she was real.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It makes it more real.
Right. Exactly.
I would say I don't think dying in childbirth is not dying with your boots on.
No, but yes, fair enough. Yeah, not to say that that's not, but I think that Haley, like, the kid is expecting a crazy...
he's expecting, like, moment, but it's actually so much sadder because it's like they were trying to have a family.
Yeah.
And
he just goes back to what he knows. He, in some ways, he never grows up. You know, like that's the thing is like the entire time you see Hub's character is he's grown up the entire time. Like he's the same person almost the entire time, and it's kind of sad in a lot of ways. Like the most evolved you see him is when he's older, and he's just sad about everything in a lot of ways.
I think he's angry.
Yeah?
Life has changed, and he's grappling with like the loss of kind of what's given him that drive the last 40 years. I think it makes him angry.
Well, that's true. I think that he even talks to the other brother about it. He's struggling to, as he's getting older, with what to do with his life. He's like, I can't believe that I have to like just get old. And the other brother's like, listen, we're retired. You gotta plant. Oh, that's a whole story too. They're like, you gotta plant a garden. And the traveling salesman,
they think they've got tomatoes, cucumbers, bok choy, and then it's all corn.
It's all corn.
They start looking, the plants have not fully developed, and they're like, and the kid's looking at one, looking at the other.
Like, what's the difference between these two rows?
Because they all look the same. And he's like, what's going on here?
And then you see him eat all of the corn.
You just have like mountains of corn. So, which corn is like not a very healthy vegetable, actually. Like it's pretty unhealthy. So
that's why when he comes back, there's conditions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, you got to eat healthier.
To go back to your question, yeah, I would recommend this movie. I think it's a fun.
This movie,
I think it's a great.
We usually
time.
rate the movie.
Yeah, we go on a scale of 1 to 10. It's not very scientific. It's
Having just received a copy, I will watch it again.
Wow, there you go. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. How do you feel about the movie?
Well, I rate it pretty high.
Yeah, like an 8.
Yeah, at least. I don't know.
At least
8 plus is what we're gonna say.
Is what we're gonna say for Dooley.
I also would rate it like an 8.5.
Yeah, I think I'm like a 7. You know, like just because it is a children's movie and some level, and I don't know. I just always struggle with some kids' movies sometimes.
I don't know though. I actually think that this movie, because you have the uncles grappling with stuff on their own too. I think that this is one where it's kind of like, for us, Bluey, holding multitudes, containing multitudes, my dear, multitudes.
I tell you what, I would rather my kid be obsessed with Secondhand Lions than the Sheep Detectives. I'll say that much. So.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah. Amen to that. Exactly. I am not dealing with any of this Sheep Detective stuff. I'll tell you what movie's more emotional than the Sheep Detectives is The Sandlot, as an example. I
don't need to get into this convo about the Sheep Detectives again.
Just drives me crazy. That's okay.
Peace and love. We've listed out all of the woes of that movie.
There you go. But that's Secondhand Lions, everyone. You should see it. As Dooley said, he's rewatching.
Maybe go over to Dooley's house. He'll be happy to show it for you. But you also might have to sit through Green Book, Wicked Little Letters, and Denial.
Yeah. And you'll get to hear about all of them. So there you go.
I tell you, if you want a deep diver, that's Dooley.
Yeah, Dooley's a real deep dive, and Dooley's done everything.
Also,
Dooley was at the March on Washington. Dooley's done it all. So
I do have to fact check myself.
Do they know what the March on Washington was?
I sure hope.
I hope they do. If they don't know what the March on Washington was, I think we need to do a Google search. You know,
we're gonna have to watch Selma.
Yeah, we gotta watch Selma.
That was when Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream."
There you go.
Gabby's a dream.
Yes.
August 28, 1963.
Wow. He's got the date down.
I was there.
I know. And Maddie how old was Maddie when JFK was born?
A couple months ago, Papa sat me down and was like,
her dad was born
Where
7
were
weeks
you?
after.
Where were you when JFK was killed? I was like,
Your dad was born 7 weeks after the March on Washington.
There you go. So, And
unconnected. I will just say,
completely unconnected. So when because JFK was shot after the March on Washington, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Maddie was only half of her had the potential of forming at that point, right? So, which is crazy.
I don't want to get into that. I don't know.
You don't know the dates.
That was 68.
68.
Right.
There you go.
I came out in 95. So we had a long way to go.
We had a long way to go. Yeah.
Whole lifetime
Yeah.
for some people.
40 years. French Foreign Legion.
They could have been in the Foreign Legion.
Bobby Kennedy was killed in June, and King was killed in when?
Well, when
September.
Bobby Kennedy was killed after JFK
Okay.
or Martin Luther King.
Oh yes, you're right.
Because when Martin Luther King died, he gave the speech in Indianapolis. Bobby Kennedy did, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then Kennedy died during the California primaries.
Right. 68.
Yeah. See, I know things, and you can too. If you just
I'm
keep
not
listening.
real sure when King was killed. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was on Maundy Thursday. In what year?
I'm looking it up.
Well, when was no, I think you're right, because it was the 68 election.
April 4th,
right?
1968.
Yeah, it was that year. I think it was that year.
April 4th, 1968.
Yeah, it was Maundy Thursday.
Okay. There we go. Yeah.
And Bobby Kennedy paid for the transport to take his body back.
Do you know something crazy about MLK and Julia Roberts?
What?
No.
Okay. Julia Roberts' parents were she's from the South, and they opened an acting school that wasn't segregated.
Okay.
And somehow they got to know the Kings. And so MLK paid for the hospital bills when Julia Roberts was born.
What?
Yeah.
That's possible.
I know that's possible, but so is the Sheik taking all the gold and everything. That's crazy.
Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King paid the hospital bill for Julia Roberts' birth in 1967. Her parents ran an integrated acting school in Atlanta that accepted the King children when other segregated institutions would not, sparking a deep friendship that led to the Kings to assist the family financially.
Did the King kids act?
I think they went to this school. I don't know that they acted in any kind of professional capacity.
They ran a school. Their kids wouldn't have been in it. But
no, but their kids did go to the
They did.
school because
Yeah,
it
the
was
kids went to the
integrated. So
school.
they
Well, that's a
took
great
classes
That's a
and
great
stuff.
story.
I had no
There
idea.
you go.
And you can choose to believe that or not.
I choose to believe that.
Oh,
Wrap it back in.
Oh, dear.
Anyways, that's Secondhand Lions. Let us know if you also own one of the probably 2 copies that exist in the world.
Well, if it's only 2, we know where they are. One's in our storage unit, and one is going to his house.
Another one's at my parents' house.
Okay, we know of 3.
We know of
Aunt
3
Carol had
copies.
one.
Aunt Carol has one.
4.
That's 4 copies. And
3 owned by my family members alone.
yeah, exactly. And so you can let us know if you've seen Secondhand Lions, and if you haven't, we should start a petition to get it on a streaming service or something. I'm sure it's not very expensive. So
Netflix.
It had been on a streaming service.
Netflix could get on it. We can get Netflix on it, and we can also get Netflix to bring back Wicked Little Letters, because we need that for Julie.
That's the true one.
That's the real one.
Do you know what else? We need them to bring back World's Most Extraordinary Homes.
Yeah, that's a tragedy that's gone. But what are you going to do?
You would have loved that show.
You would have loved World's Most Extraordinary Homes, Julie, especially as an architect. Well, docent. You weren't an architect, but...
No.
That show was an actress who's a real estate kind of developer and an architect, and they would go to these really interesting homes, and they'd spend a day in these homes. One was made out of the wing of a Boeing 747, and one was...
one is just a circle in Spain, just the outline of a circle.
Yeah.
And you walk around the whole house to get from one room to another. Or you can walk through the middle of the courtyard. So the middle of the circle.
It was so cool.
It's neat.
One was like 3 little huts in Japan that looked like mushrooms and was made with like eco-friendly materials.
One is a tunnel for a train.
Oh yeah.
Like the train goes through it. So
we love this show, and they took it off Netflix, and we haven't been able to find it anywhere else since.
What's the name of it?
World's Most Extraordinary Homes. Yeah. We should see if the library has that.
I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's Secondhand Lions. Let us know what you think. Comment. Send in a Dear Maddie. We love our Dear Maddies. We haven't had one in a while, so we need them. And that's it. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
There we go.